everybody. We've got Dr. Allison, our resident physical therapist, in here today talking to us about deadlifting and how to utilize deadlifting in our everyday lives. Most people think of deadlifting as like something that super crazy bodybuilders do, and they don't think about how it's actually applicable to our everyday lives and why it's actually important to really utilize this skill as something that's going to keep you from injury, from what you're going to be doing as like a household activity. So I'll have Dr. Allison take it away so she can teach you the proper technique and how to make sure that you're using it in a way that's going to keep you away from injury.
Yeah. And Kelsey's right on with that. I bet that most of you do a deadlift in your daily life, picking up your laundry basket like that, and then you're like, oh, I pulled out my back, or that really hurt. So now we're going to go through an exercise that kind of goes through that to work on using your core and your back and your legs, even when you're not doing that squat that most PTs will talk about. But we understand that we're all human, and we're just gonna bend down. So the deadlift is the perfect lift for learning how to do that and utilizing the right muscles and doing it correctly. So we'll first start out with your feet are about shoulder width apart. Not as important as it is for squats. So you can just shoulder width apart. That's good. And then her knees are slightly bent to allow for a little bit of give in her hamstrings. And then when she's going, then what to focus on is that pelvic tilt. So rocking your hips from forward to backwards, because that's where the movement is going to occur. It should not be just occurring at that low back. That's where we kind of get in trouble. And so we're using our pelvis to allow for that hinging motion. And so kind of play around with that on yourself, just doing that little hip rocking. So thrust forward and then a tilt forward. So perfect. And then, so using that hinge, you're going to keep a flat back, engage your TA, refer to my TA progression video, and then she'll bend down, keeping that back nice and flat. Seeing how her shoulders are kept together, they're retracted, and her back is nice and flat. She has good range of motion, so she's going all the way to the 90. That's just great. And then coming up, she's using those back extensors right here, and when she comes all the way stand, she's getting to full extension right there, squeezing her glutes together to use her glutes. So let's do that one more time, not go down as far, because some people can't go down as far, and that's okay. And so she's going down, still keeping that flat back, but just not going down as far. And when she comes back up, she's still firing up those back muscles and squeezing the glutes at the very top. And once you perfect this motion, you're like, well, this is getting kind of easy. Let's progress. So a way to do that is dumbbells. You can also use barbells, kettlebells, whatever you kind of have handy. So she's going to do the same motion, and see how she's still keeping those shoulders retracted and that nice flat back. Nothing changed, just added the weight. Don't let the weights let your shoulders roll forward. Let's see a poor position. Yeah, how she's kind of hunched.
That does not feel good.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel good, right. And so kind of play around with that with the weights and that hip hinge that she's doing and the nice flat back. Use this for every day. You can use it at the gym and be a meathead, but you can also use it for at home as well. Okay? Have a good day.